Greetings. Good evening. Did everyone see the eclipse today? Hey, girl. Oh, yes, we are going to get into the tea of the episode. It's Kiehl's lip mask. Oh. Okay, wait. How do I... Child, it's been a long time since I've been on Instagram Live. How do I... Oh, okay. Taylor's not in yet. Yeah, the clouds did kind of mess up the view a little bit. See, Houston, Texas got the good view, or from what I heard. Oh, hi, Leo. Oh, yeah, there's definitely a lot more people with alopecia than I realized. Okay, so let me know if anyone has any questions for Taylor, too. If anybody's a Big Brother fan. You know, I've never actually watched Big Brother before. Nelly, will you send me some money? Oh, Dallas. Oh, I don't know why I thought it was Houston. Oops. Hey, Eddie. Okay, here we go. Did I do this right? Okay.
Here we go. Hey,
Yes. I haven't done this in so long.
No, I am so over the moon to finally be just like kicking it and talking about this with you. You're like my reality TV girl crush right now. You have no idea.
I'm flattered because every time you post, I'm like, she better eat, honey.
I try. You listen, y'all killed it too. I saw that. Where'd you go? The Brooklyn Nets game? Ooh.
Child, I moved into the Nets. Okay, I moved into the Barclays last week. I invested in some property.
Okay, all right. I appreciate it.
It's why I have no voice. I left everything on the floor. Literally.
Okay, everything on the floor. Do we have any returns on the investment?
Okay,
yes.
Not yet, but maybe some motion. Maybe some motion in the ocean.
Okay, we like motion in the ocean. We like feelers. We like grabbing them.
You know what I mean? Just gonna plant the seed and then we'll see how it grows. It's springtime. It's the time of growth.
Okay, we plant the seeds. We invest. We don't chase. We attract. Okay.
Okay. Prizes do not chase winners, honey.
I know that's right.
But how are you doing?
Girl, I'm good. I moved to LA. I'm getting settled. I got my little puppy with me.
Oh my God, baby.
Say hi, Benji.
Oh my God.
He's like, what are you doing right now? He's like, what are you doing to me? Put me down. But no, I'm good. I'm working out. I've got my little fit kick going. So I'm good. I just gotta keep drinking my water.
Oh, I love that.
How about you?
I have it in pink.
Oh, okay. I just got this today though, so let me run this one to the ground, then I'll get in another color.
That part. I'm trying to do like a baddie boot camp.
Oh.
Where I'm gonna get into the gym. I'm gonna see, do some facial treatments, do some treatments for my hair, do the things to get glowed up.
Yes.
So yeah, we gotta do a joint something for that too.
would love that. Oh my God. And we gotta talk hair because this whole working out and hair thing. This is why
Shout
Black
out.
women don't work. I heard there's literally a study, or there was like a survey done asking Black women why they don't go to the gym consistently, and it's because they're trying to maintain their hair. I'm a
No,
suppressed girl.
seriously though, that's something I literally think about all the time. My best friend's like, who's in the room, shout out A-Love, wants to go to hot yoga, and I'm like, baby, who's doing this hair though?
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
that all the little hair that I have left, I can't. I just can't. I'm
We're
so sorry.
nurturing. We're nurturing and investing.
Okay. And like to pull up in the wig, it's too much.
Yeah. No. We gotta get like a Black girl coalition to figure out what the move is. I know a couple of my friends will work out in wigs, and like
It's a lot.
Out of them. Out of them.
We're gonna work on that.
Okay.
So let's
Maybe
jump into this tea.
say it again.
Let's jump into this tea.
Please, because I have questions. I have so many questions, which you probably might not be able to answer, but I'm gonna ask them again off camera if you can't answer them.
Okay.
Because there's some things that do not seem like it is up to the cast to decide whether or not it happens, but y'all be talking about it like it's your own control. So let's get into it. Let's kick it off from the top of the episode.
Okay. Mr. Phil and Miss Mariah.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to rank all of y'all on like classy to tacky. I'm not trying to do that. If y'all know the real tea about Martha's Vineyard, like the front of Martha's Vineyard it's where the Black elite go to escape and relax, and that is true. But if you're talking about like the millennial groups of people, we're partying. Like we're all partying on the vineyard. So what you're seeing on Summer House Martha's Vineyard is what's happening in these circles. There are just some circles that don't want to invite the cameras in because of their last names, their legacy, which cool, I get it.
Yep.
But this group of Black people is not any more trashy, classy, ratchet, whatever, than the other groups of Black people on the vineyard. So let's get that straight, number one. Number two.
Yes.
So I say all that to say, Phil, it doesn't make any sense why the two women specifically who were advocating for him so hard to be there were advocating for him to be there. Those were not the ones that I would have expected to want him there and to FaceTime and want him there and push so hard to welcome him into the group. And then like once again, they're both women that seem to have very strong boundaries around if you treat someone else unjustly, that's not a person I want to have someone around my circle. So can you get into, do you have any background on the psychology of why that came to be?
Well, I will say, I think you were onto something with your initial comment. I will also say that I think for Bria and Shanice, you know, there wasn't any new dick in the house, right?
Okay.
And the men that are in our house are a very specific lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as we can see, Shanice and Bria are in a lane of turn up. And so I think they were just coming from the mentality of wanting someone to match that turn up. I don't know that Phil was ever that person though. I just feel like anybody that's always gonna ruin the vibe on account of asserting dominance is not that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And not only, okay, so now let's get into who else he's made uncomfortable because look, we could talk about it. This guy was aggressive the first one single episode he was in.
For
season number 1.
5 minutes.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
To the point where you had to get in his face. Correct. Because he made you uncomfortable. Correct. To the point where Preston is still triggered by even mentioning his presence, bringing him around. Again, it's not clicking. Like there are so many incredible Black people on the vineyard or friends of that you could bring into the fold. I'm just, as a viewer, it's not making sense to me. I'm watching this on TV. Like, that's the only guy that we could call? That's the only other Negro that we could invite into the fold again?
You know what, though? Something I feel like I've noticed
I don't know if it's Bravo or if it's just reality TV in general. I feel like finding quality men is a challenge because I don't think they want to dip their toe in the mess, because a lot of the time I do feel like they are subjected to a different level of scrutiny because most of these audiences are women. And so they do one thing wrong and it's like the whole world is ended, which I feel like a little bit happened with Nick the first season and some of it now. But yeah, there's better people in Phil. Let's just call it what it is.
And that's fair. I will say I've heard that casting, even like in the Big Brother pool, it can be really hard to find men that are, I'll say straight men that are like have a knowledge of the game, want to get cast for it, and are dynamic and exciting and would be good gamers and good TV. So I don't, you're right. I think it is across the board for reality TV. I will say The Bachelor at does a good job of casting men over and over, but that's because they mostly come through referrals of girls who've been watching The Bachelor for years saying, oh, I have an amazing guy friend, you should go on the show. Yeah. Casting for Bravo shows and game shows, competition shows are just different, right. So maybe that's why the pool is more complicated. And maybe we need more women to get in there and refer guy friends to go on these TV shows, because you're leaving the girls who are given the entertainment, who are total packages, successful, beautiful. You're leaving us all out high and dry.
Dry. Emphasis on dry.
Sahara deserts.
It's time.
So, Mariah. Okay. The ticket was already booked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why ask the question if the ticket's already booked? Was she going to cancel the ticket? Or say, okay, well, we got another group of friends on the Vineyard Girl, so you go stay with them and I'll drive over on an off day to film and kick it with you. Like, what's the tea on that?
I think that if Bria had really said, no, I'm not comfortable, this can't happen, I think Jasmine would have absolutely canceled the ticket. Yeah, I don't. She'll let her tell it. She will say it was for a financial reason. You know what? The ticket's cheap right now. Boom, send whatever, insurance, cancel. Which I hear.
Okay.
And I do believe if everybody was like no to Mariah, she would have canceled it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, okay, then that's not an issue then, right? No problem. No problem. Here's my real behind the scenes question. We know that you can't just bring people on a show and have them sitting in confessionals without approval of the powers that be.
Correct.
So this was not just a, hey, remember my friend from last season that we could maybe have back here? I already bought him a ticket. Like, no, this had to go through layers of approval somewhere else.
Right.
Some people had to be included in that conversation. Some people had to not be included in that conversation.
Yeah.
Were there other people that you considered inviting to the house that got a no from the powers that be?
No, actually. All the people that I invited, y'all will see later in the season, do come, or the ones that could.
Okay. How does that work? Can I ask how that works behind the scenes? Like, before you go back for season 2, are you asked, hey, do you have any friends that you'd want to have come? And you organize this all ahead of time?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like, though, we don't know the specific dates that we're gonna do certain things until we're there and we kind of have our schedule of like, okay, this person's having this event, this person's having this person come then. And so then it's like, okay, who can we come? Who can we have come? Because it's not like the Hamptons where you can just drive out there same day. Like, you gotta plan the book. You gotta see when flights are coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a complicated mission to get out there. You got the jitney if you're trying to go to the Hamptons. You can't just get on the bus to go to Martha's Vineyard. It's different.
That part.
Okay, good to know. So I do want to get a little bit more into your reaction. And I see someone else in the chat is asking about it. So what really are your feelings on having Mariah back in the house? Is there not space for growth, opportunity? Yeah.
I love Mariah. She was at our premiere party. She, we're gonna see her. And we always have a good time. I've never had an issue with her. I think people get confused with last year. My thing was, if we have the rule that we can't touch anybody, then that's it. That's the baseline. I can't continue to argue with y'all and carry this on if that's the baseline of the rule. So then let's start arguing about it. You know what I mean? I lost my voice. You must have missed that part, screaming at the Barclays last week.
For the game, right?
For the game.
Yeah, for the game.
Which we won, by the way.
It was a real good game. Real good game. Girl, send me with you next. On the prowl out here. Oh my God. Okay, so then before we go into all this inviting people and who can and cannot come to the house, y'all had a party. Y'all had a little foam party at the house. Did you already know in your spirit that Jasmine was pregnant at this point? Yeah. Was it like everybody in the house was kind of like, girl, come on, just say it?
Yeah, because like when she said she wasn't drinking, it was one thing, but when she said it was because of Alex, I was like, girl.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
it just said a funny choice.
Like, and those titties were tittying, baby. So I was like, baby, there's a baby.
It's a baby. Baby, inside you, baby.
But it's like, you know how far along someone is, so it's like you never want to. Yeah.
And you never know how complicated that journey can be. It could be like, there are so many different factors into getting pregnant, maintaining a pregnancy, being pregnant, being there without your partner. So I understand why to be sensitive about it. But girl, let me tell you, I almost fell over when y'all were playing that flip cup relay race.
Yeah.
She didn't even try to flip the cup. Commit to the bit, baby.
She forgot.
She's like, I'm not even playing flip cup. I'm gonna just run. It's not a.
She said, I'm still competing
relay race.
Click down the thing. I was hollering. That's so funny.
Screaming. So, okay, let's talk about some dick. Okay. We got 2 new boys coming in, Hendrix and, what's the other guy's name? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's the point I want to make, though. Hendrix comes in, he's getting his little flirty flirt on. Super, super fun, super cute to watch. And then the next morning, we see, girl, what's the new girl's name again?
Noelle.
Yeah. Darling, adore her.
Yeah.
We see Noelle in the car just say, oh, you know, he's the type of guy that wants me to be all over him, and that's not who I am. Love that for her. But it's like, I feel like there's an absence of available men on this season for all of you. And so much of what it looks like the dynamics of the show are set up to be is to see you guys couple up and those dynamics. So we kind of get teased almost with these 2 very beautiful men. And then there's even a full storyline to go beyond into the next episode. It's just, oh, all right, well, next. Do we see him again? Is there any follow-up?
We do not see Hendrix again.
Okay. We don't see Hendrix again.
Summer. I don't know, but we don't see him again.
All right. Well, but then, so she's in this car talking about, I'm moving on, whatever.
Right.
Goes to the store, buys a vegan sandwich for Alex, and probably the most uncomfortable moment I had seen. I was more uncomfortable seeing this than watching Shanice's breakdown over, I don't have any money because I just got laid off.
Yeah, you know, what was the uncomfortable part for you?
This, like, the public, first of all, it's happening in public. Second of all, Alex just doesn't even acknowledge, oh, you went out of your way to get me this vegan sandwich, or, oh, I appreciate the effort, the thought. And you've got just like the overall tension of knowing who he's hooked up with. Loud ass city. You've got all these things happening, and you hand me this sandwich, and I specifically say, I don't like this thing that you got me in public. There's so many different layers of this that's like, it's not checking out. I wouldn't even be interested at all after that point if I were her.
As everybody knows, and I see some questions in there about this, is Alex and I struggle. And it's these little things that I don't know that he even consciously understands that he can be so, like,
dismissive.
Not only dismissive, but like superior.
Ooh.
This is not the sandwich for me. It's giving very, very Aries, and he's an Aries, and it's like we have struggled with that. And so yeah, that was not cute.
I'm not really a
moment,
tofu
like, okay,
guy. If I, a non-vegan person, have gone out of my way to try to get you something, and generally tofu for someone who is vegan is like, that's pretty safe bet. Pretty safe bet to me.
It's the thought.
Yeah.
Where they're asking, you want a steak? Like, nobody, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was yeah. Yeah.
Jessica said I would have taken that sandwich and ate it. You would have ate that tofu? You want a tofu sandwich, Jessica? She said, I don't even like tofu just for the point.
It might have been Milo sandwiches for me.
You know, at that point, you just gotta chalk it up to the game.
That part.
I do want to get into the conversation that you were having about summer. Okay. Can you hear me? Are the sirens being annoying?
No, I can.
Okay, cool.
I live in New York.
Hello. All right, so you are having a little chit chat, and you're talking about a time when you had to cuss out summer when y'all were in New York.
Yeah.
And there's a specific thing that they bleeped out. You said it's hard enough being a Black woman on blank.
Yeah.
Can you share what you said? Because that left some questions for me. Say that again?
I said the street that I live on.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Keep that shit private.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What I'll say is living in New York is expensive for anybody. And I happen to live by myself. I don't have any help financially. I don't have a man. I don't have my parents, whatever. And so I take where I live, I take pride in where I live. And if I'm extending the invitation for you to stay with me at any time that you're in the city, anytime and every time you're in the city, I expect you to extend that to how I expect my home. You know what I mean? And like, I have so many doormen and so many eyes on me here, associations, that I'm like, we all have to uphold a certain level of decorum. And so when that's not met, you gotta let people know. You gotta set the boundaries. That's it. And I wasn't, girl, live your life. Just do it across the street. That's all.
Where that other man lives.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Huh. Okay. And I will say I completely agree with you. Like wholeheartedly agree with you. I just find it to be very interesting.
Yeah.
And Summer's just got some really interesting stuff going on this season.
Yeah.
Does she open up a little bit more about some of the reasons why there's conflict with her and seeming more and more people on the cast?
I don't know that we do get to the bottom of, at least I don't think I got to the bottom of it. But yeah, we are going to see that unfold a lot more over the summer. I mean, over the summer or season.
Where do you two stand now?
Things are quiet right now.
Okay.
But for me, it's, when I'm friends with someone, there's always love there.
Yeah.
Want anything, even when Jasmine and I weren't speaking, I never wanted harm for her. It was just like, all right, we got to take a beat. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about this relationship with you and Jasmine.
Okay.
She's had the baby.
Yeah.
You two are in different phases of life, but still same circles.
Yep.
By nature of the TV show, where's your relationship stand right now?
I think we're working on it. Okay. Yeah, I think we're working on it. And I think once I realized that she was with child, it wasn't the time. Her husband's not here. Things are changing. It's a lot going on. To me, our relationship shouldn't have been the priority then. And so I'm not going to make it one. We had to have a conversation, obviously. And y'all see bits of it. Let me just say something. It doesn't make sense. or if something feels like it's missing. Right.
Y'all need an after show. Y'all need a little one of these like Vanderpump and OG Summer House.
Right.
We need a Summer House Martha's Vineyard after show.
Right. Yeah. I do think we will get a reunion this year, which I really hope so. We haven't heard anything about it, but I'm speaking it into existence because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we got to talk about. Also, I don't think anybody outed her pregnancy. We were just talking about, girl, you look pregnant. Obviously, she was already announced as pregnant before this aired.
Yes.
So
obviously, but when you are in a situation like that for what, you guys filmed for 14 days straight, right?
17, yeah.
17. Okay, so y'all filmed for half a month straight, right? You got one of the people you know for a damn long time around you. You know how they operate or how they're trying to operate. You know what's up.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that part.
Okay, I'm starting to see a little more of a split between the crew that goes out at night and the crew that calls in at night and goes to bed early. Preston gets in bed, Jasmine gets in bed, somebody else is getting in bed early too. Do you think that's like a pretty fair divide there, or is there a pretty
I don't
often
think
rotation?
I have a rotation. I think because Bria went to sleep early last, you know what I mean, Sunday. So it depends. It depends what the atmosphere, what the vibe is. Because we went out the night before, but baby, that neon party was outside, raining and cold. So some
That's
of us.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I was shocked, honestly, because as a young Negro woman myself, I would not be going out. My body is already, I'm wet, submerged at nighttime, and it's raining. You know what I'm doing when I get in that shower? Putting on lotion to go into bed.
That part.
So you can call me a bad bug, but I will be going to sleep on a night like that.
That's funny. No, I mean, it was such a good time that it was worth it. And it's like we're slip and sliding anyway. And I don't know that if it wasn't raining already. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was fun. When we have fun, we really turn it up and turn it out. Yeah.
No, look, a foam party in the backyard is wild. Like cleaning up after a foam party is, and come on now.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't outside that day.
Oh no, I'm sleeping in. Oh,
seriously taking a nap.
How do you guys split up house dynamics like that? Does someone just kind of take charge on that one, or do you all feel it out?
It depends. Who's tired of the mess today? I mean, like I think maybe episode 2, Summer, myself, and Noelle were all cleaning because we were just like, I don't even want to wake up to this mess tomorrow. So I think we don't make a conscious decision unless it's like ridiculous. The first year we had assignments which didn't do a damn thing.
Who made the assignments?
Nick said I cleaned after the 15-mile run. and did.
What's going on, Nick?
Yeah. Oh, someone said it has to be awkward. I don't know. I feel like friends go through things. I don't know. Am I the only friend that goes through things on the show? I don't know. I'm getting that question a lot. I'm like, it's just the way of life.
Yeah. You're also, one, you're not the only friend that goes through things. Number 2, you're not the only friend that goes through things on the show. Number 3, the thing is that when people are watching these TV shows, they're only looking at a snapshot of a moment in time. And their responsibility as a viewer is to give the immediate feedback on that snapshot on a moment in time.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so interesting about the difference between the show I was on and what you're on. You lived this last summer, damn near a year ago, right?
Right.
When I was on Big Brother, everything happened in real time.
Right.
So I don't relive my show later on. I come out and it's done. The conversation dissipates and goes away. For you, you live it, no one says anything, and then a year later, after all these months and time to hang out, have new experiences, opportunities, way longer than the time that you filmed the show.
Facts.
Now people are just talking about old shit that you kind of could have deaded back then. It's complicated.
It's a
complicated
lot.
And complex.
It's a lot. And I think it, you know, we're there for 17 days, and mathematically you can only add so much stuff to a 43-minute episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's 10 of us. So that means there's only 4 minutes for us to say what happened in 70 days. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't. And so at that point, it's on production to curate of what we're saying to bring the narrative to life, which isn't always possible. And I don't think people realize that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I always challenge the commenters or the haters, like, show me how to do it. Show me how it's done. Oh, that's wrong.
Oh, you can't?
Oh,
okay.
Right.
Oh, you didn't
And
even get contacted by casting? Oh, okay. Good to know.
right. Okay. So the second thing is like, just think a little bit. There's always more to every story, even when you're in it.
But, you know, it's easier to just look at it from what's sold to you.
Of course.
Using your brain? That's too
Of
much.
course.
That's too much.
At the end of the day, we were all going into this, for the most part, friends for years. That's a lot of history. There's a lot of stuff going on outside of our little 2-week vacation.
Do you feel like this show in particular has put a different or stronger stress on those friendships than you had before you all were on TV?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I think that in combination with the fact that we're all going through different things and we're all at different stages. So we're going through those natural things of being in our late 20s and our early 30s, on top of this newfound acknowledgement from people that we don't know, and like cameras and all these other experiences that we haven't had. So it's a lot, and it's a lot to vocalize that. And it's a lot to even understand what it is that's going on. Yeah.
And also, when you get to a point where you start to vocalize it, when you finally figure out, oh, this is what I'm feeling and this is what I'm experiencing, and you find out the words to explain that, a lot of the reaction is, shut up, you're on TV, you asked for this. And to some extent, I did sign the contract to become a public figure, but good Lord,
I
the
don't get
overwhelming nature.
figure meant abuse figure either, though. I don't understand. It's not that we're not open to like people saying things, and people, I just don't get the cruelty behind it. It's that part is what throws me off. Like seeing people getting roasted on Twitter or in their comments, or like even like if I'm minding my business and I'm getting comments of shade about, I don't know, Nick or Jack, whoever, and I'm like, this isn't what we want. I don't know.
Bravo is a unique beast. It's a really, really unique beast, and I think you guys have a really good show on your hands too. But I just want to see more of it. I want to see. I saw a tweet a couple weeks ago. I think it was the premiere, and the tweet said, "It is so great to see, as a Black millennial, a show that is marketed to me, like to my demo."
Yeah.
And it's so cool to see you guys on TV. Literally, y'all are my age, y'all are my people. I went to college with y'all. Like,
That part.
Preston knows people that I went to school with in DC. Like, the circles could overlap somewhere, right? So it feels really good to see my own community on TV in this capacity.
Yeah.
I just, like, the demo needs to move to Bravo.
Yeah.
Like, the Black millennials need to talk about this show more and support it more, because we can't all live on Zeus Network or whatever other networks are out there. And it's no shade because they exist and they're for someone, but when you have a show of this caliber that is on one of the biggest TV networks, we got to support this one here. Otherwise, it's not going to get another season, and they're not going to make a new show for us either. And we're going to get relegated to other places that may bury other stories. Like, we say this all the time, Black people are not a monolith, and it's really, really cool to see you all represent this aspect of us. We just need to see it marketed more. I want to see it promoted more. Like, I'm trying to see y'all in my ads all the time.
Okay. Period. I mean, we're trying to live in the ads all the time too. And so I think that's why it was also important for us to do this too. Just as Black women in this space, you know what I mean? We make up such a tiny little bit, but all the memes look like us though.
Say it again.
All those sayings that you remember look like us though.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's important that we continue to support each other when we do see representation on our screens or not, because then we need the more for it. Yeah. So, whew. Get over your child.
Well, while we're on the topic, I just want to hear you shout out. What are some of your favorite, either like other Black women you love on reality shows or other favorite reality shows that you love to tune into?
So recently, Delicious from Flavor of Love followed me on Instagram, and it.
Oh, I would have passed out. What?
I was so gagged. I was so gagged. So love Delicious. I love Flavor of Love. All of those women. Those are like, for me, that was like the New York, obviously. Like that was crazy. Yeah. You know, I love Azza. She and I are friends.
Yeah.
Big Brother. I love the challenge, like OG Coral. I just want to podcast. I love Traitors. I love me some Traitors. So love Phaedra.
Traitors is that show. Listen, that's the one right now. Okay.
Okay.
Someone just asked, "Will we do Traitors?" I do Traitors in a heartbeat. Okay.
See, I would do it, but I know I would get voted out so quick because I'm already very non-reactive. So anytime someone would come to eat breakfast, whether I was excited or not, I'd be like, and they'd probably
bacon.
out, and I'd be like, I swear I'm not. I'm just like, who cares?
It doesn't matter till we get to the round table. Damn.
Right? Like, did I make it? That's what I'm hyped over.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Me and that's it.
No, because I would have dead ass been Phaedra, like, pass me the eggs. Where the can I?
Because I'm trying to eat.
Right. That's what we're here.
It's good, and I heard that it was actually very delicious.
No,
like,
but
multiple people have said it's really good.
It really looks good.
Not us trying to be on Traitors just to eat the food.
Right. I mean, I'd love to go to Scotland. I'd love to give some looks, honey, because the fashion is fashioning when it needs to.
Yes. When the people do it right, they do it right. Yeah. I won't say who doesn't do it right. That would be nice today.
Yes, I don't play about my food. Facts.
Incredible.
Questions for you.
Oh, I thought this was all about you, baby. I'm ready though. Okay.
So while we're on Traitors, who would you want to see casted? Like, who would you compete with?
Oh my God. Okay. Obviously, I think New York would be so just amazing on Traitors. That'd be hilarious to see. I need Nene on Traitors. Hands down.
Facts.
100%. Yes. I'm trying to think of other TV shows. I want to see Rachel Lindsay, first Black Bachelorette, first Black franchise lead ever. She'd be very good to use her lawyer skills. Okay. She'd be shooting bitches up.
Facts.
Who else do I want to see? I'm trying to think of we need people from Top Model on there. Ooh. We need Jade. I need Jade from America's Next Top Model.
Jade, what is Jade up to?
Girl, I don't know, but it needs to be Traitors.
She would eat. And what was the first winner?
Oh. Someone help us in the chat.
Adrian, maybe? She was spicy and she married like the dude from Brady Bunch.
Over my head in this moment.
She would have been good.
Eva wasn't the first one, but was Eva the first one to win?
No, I think she was 4.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bree. Remember Bree?
Not at this moment.
What?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh. Miss J in there.
Yeah, Miss J would. Please and thank you.
Or Janice.
Did you watch Dance Moms? Was that a show for you?
Didn't.
Neither did I. But it's got such a cult following.
Yeah. I always see the meme.
Yeah, I have no frame of reference for it anyway. A couple people are saying they want to see someone from Dance Moms. Y'all gotta put that in there because I don't know.
That would be actually pretty good.
Oh,
I feel like
that's
6.
Yeah. You know, ooh, never mind. I was gonna say Tila Tequila just because, like, I remember watching that show growing up and how chaotic it is, but then I remember what she's up to these days. So no,
Her.
no.
Sorry, Tila.
Yeah, no, I'm not sorry. Nah, you take that tequila and you stay somewhere else.
That part. But how do you feel that I feel like the Big Brother people are getting kind of a big
Okay, so let's get into it, right? Because we had Cody as a traitor on the first season, and we had the Dan Giesling as a traitor on the second season. Cody, and I told this to him because we did another show together. I told him, I was like, you didn't have the fire in you. You were soft as hell. You didn't have the fire in your eyes. You didn't have the drive to be a traitor. You're out here talking about loyalty in a show about betrayal. Makes no sense. You had to go.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Dan Giesling decided to play Big Brother when he needed to be playing the traitors. He was committed to being a traitor the entire time and never acted like a faithful. If he just leaned in a little bit more to acting like a faithful instead of not acting like a traitor, I think he would have done just fine. I know a lot of people really girl, I got into a fight with this guy. Gay guy. We were at a bar. It was cute. We were having a little key. And he just took it so personally that Dan threw Phaedra under the bus. He was like, Dan's a terrible human being.
Oh, God.
He's awful. He's terrible. And I was like, no, baby, no. He was playing a game. Because if I'm sitting there and I'm being accused of being a traitor, and I am a traitor, the only way I can get out of this is by feeding y'all another traitor. And it's got to be another traitor that you don't expect. So I'm sorry that you like who that person was, but I'm going to throw their ass under that bus so I can get the scent off of me.
But my thing is, I feel like the only one that would have actually saved him is if he said Parvati. Because already thought it was her. So if you're actually trying to save your ass, I would have protected Phaedra so she's locked in on my side. And said, all right, Parvati, sorry, everybody's already suspicious of you. You got to go. And then they would have been like, all right, we have this guaranteed one here.
I get that.
That's a little bit.
I get that. But I think it's more powerful to put the shade or the doubt onto somebody that nobody's expecting. Because now, let's say I got rid of Parvati, right? Everybody already thought you were a traitor and you're gone.
Right.
People still think that I'm a traitor, and now nobody thinks that you, Phaedra, are a traitor. I need the person that is still there with me to have doubt around them. So I'm going to get rid of the one that nobody's suspecting and keep the one around that everyone's already suspecting, because that's better for me in the long term.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it didn't work out for him either way.
It worked out. So
John's read was one of my favorite reads I've ever heard. When he said, and that's the sum of it, I was gagged on the floor.
It's fun. This shit is so fun. Like, this is what reality TV should be. It should be self-aware. It should be campy. It should be competitive. It should be stupid. I need looks.
Ask you next is, what do you feel about the ethics of competition shows?
This is probably my most controversial opinion ever. I think you could do some of the dirtiest stuff ever. I think you could lie about your grandma dying or your sister having cancer, or like, I think you could do some really dirty stuff as long as you acknowledge in your confessionals that you are doing something dirty.
Okay.
I don't like when people lie or say terrible things or villainize other people, and then they get in their confessionals, or for the sake of Big Brother, the live feed cameras, and they say, but I'm a good person. But I would never do that. I'm such a good person. No, you gotta commit to leaning into what you're doing. I'm not going to like you. You're not going to be a villain that I'm going to root for if you're running away from the accountability of the actions that you're intentionally doing.
That part.
That's not fun. So yeah, I think these competition reality shows should be fun and stupid. And I think you can go low and dirty as long as you own your shit.
Because even off of competitive reality, I feel like there is a huge discrepancy between people who don't just stand in their foolishness. You know, like, if you just said yeah and what it's gonna say? You know, take the power away.
Right.
So
Just say, and what about it?
Yeah.
Pull your Miss Grande.
That's
Yes,
what I do.
and
That's it. Nothing crazy. Just be you. As long as it's you.
as long as that is you. That's what I'm saying. And I think that's also the difference between non-competitive reality. So if you're on, let's say you're on Summer House and you are pretending to be a villain.
Yep.
Viewers are not stupid. They can sniff out inauthenticity. So if you are trying to be a villain, it's not going to land because I see you trying way too hard.
That part.
If you want to go somewhere to try to be a villain, go on a competition show. You can put on that little costume and then unzip it and walk out and be like, woo, that was fun, right? That was crazy. Oh my God. Not who I actually am. And I own that shit.
Right.
Anyway.
Facts.
Baby.
I see some people saying Johnny Banana. I just feel like we've Johnny Bananas out. I really do. I think the banana is split and a little spoiled at this point. You know what I mean? Because we know you're a villain. Like he's someone who absolutely owns it, but it's gotten so owned that it's gotten played.
Ooh wee.
He's gonna get voted out in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Devon, though, I would love to see on there.
Devon would be amazing. Oh my God. How did I forget about Devon? Yes, she would be phenomenal on Traitors.
She was
and like not just good at the game, but giving you amazing confessionals. She'd be giving you looks. Yes. She'd be giving you keys. I would love to see her on that show. She needs to be there for sure.
Facts.
For sure.
On Summer House Martha's Vineyard would win Big Brother?
Oh, I think honestly, I think you would go very far.
Okay.
I think let me tell you who I don't think would go far at all. I don't think Nick would go far. Just because like it's the prep aesthetic.
Okay.
It would not land well in a house of people competing for $750,000.
Okay.
Like I remember I mentioned that I went to a private prep school my whole life, and that turned into she's a rich bougie black, and she's rich daddy. She doesn't need to be here. Maybe that recession hit my family hard. Okay, the divorce and the recession hit. Okay, I'm out here, and that fucking pageant was expensive. Damn.
That part.
Yeah.
Bills are on the way. So
hello.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that impression would not go well in the house. I think Preston would do well. I think competitions might be difficult for him. But I think like once you get into the back end of the game, you would have a lot of mental competitions, and he'd be very, very good at the social dynamics. I think Shanice would get into a showmance.
Okay.
Shanice would be up in that HOH room having a good old time. And I don't blame her, okay?
She loves crime. One thing about her,
I can't judge. I am literally speaking from a position of not being able to judge any of those actions.
Oh, period. I live vicariously.
Yeah, and I think Amir would get by. He would make it pretty far into jury. He's pretty. Okay. He could flirt a little bit without it like coming to bite him in the ass. He'd do well in competitions. Look, I'm really not trying to pick favorites, but I do think that you are well-rounded enough to actually like be social enough to get far, be good at comps enough to not be targeted for being a comp threat, but like you can hold your own when you need to.
Right.
I can see you in final 3 and fighting your way for number 1 place.
I don't know if I could do the
yeah, I know what you're gonna say
of it.
Mm-hmm.
That challenge the hell out of me.
Yeah, imagine your summer house for I was in the game for 82 days.
Woo!
And
wow.
now y'all had cell phones and you could go out places. Y'all are locked inside. There's no calling anybody. You don't get to talk to anybody. And now, imagine all the people in your summer house, week by week, plucked off. And it just so happens that you have to spend the last week with two people, only two other people, in a whole big ass empty house with nothing to talk about except what day do you think it is today?
That is crazy. But you don't talk to anybody, like on the phone, like nothing.
No,
No.
no, just no. Turner's in the building. Turner was there till the last day with me too. It's crazy. Yeah, you don't go into the diary room and like phone a friend. You don't call anyone at home. You are talking into a camera lens. You have an actual producer on the other end of the camera.
Well,
Like
we not in the like truth booths. We
sure,
don't.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. But like when you're doing your confessionals,
Right.
there's a producer talking to you, asking you questions,
Right.
like you're having a conversation.
Right.
You're looking at a human being. I am looking into a camera lens that is focusing and hearing the voice of a producer on the other end. No
Wow.
faces.
And so
No nothing.
there's like anywhere? Are they anywhere on site?
The only time we will see actual human producers is when very rarely we'll go into the backyard, and sometimes there'll be people on like basically it's just like you could call it the roof essentially, and so they'll be like manning the competitions, but they're wearing sunglasses and masks, so you don't see their face. You just see like
No,
a body.
crazy.
Yeah. So imagine 70 something days and you go out and you're like, hello, faceless being that cannot talk to you.
3 months, basically.
3 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You want to talk to your mom? No.
I would. I don't know. I don't know. A month might be it for me.
But the thing is, I did it. Turner did it. So many other people have done it. Like it's not like it's impossible. It sounds a lot worse until you get there, and then it's bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and then other times, I don't think I've laughed harder than when I was in the Big Brother house. Yeah.
What would give me good preparation though is I went to boarding school.
Oh, girl.
So I feel like having that constant chaos would, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That muscle memory would be flexed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Boarding school would be really helpful. The only thing is that no doors.
Right.
There's no separation. You hear everything.
So there's that. Oh my God. Well, I'm proud of you.
We made it, baby. We made it through.
You made history.
Thanks. But were you a fan of Big Brother before going on TV? Was that like in your repertoire, or have you just kind of gotten into it?
No, even now I only see like certain clips. Like I tune in for Aza or yours. That was it.
Honestly, same. I knew about a friend of mine was on a few seasons earlier, but at that point she was more of an acquaintance. So I like knew she was going on. I was like, okay, good luck. Hope it works out for you. And then I heard about the cookout with Asa and everybody because of just black media. I was like, okay, go black people, do the thing.
Okay.
And then I tuned out because it wasn't my show.
Yeah.
And then when I got recruited, it just kind of ended up happening that I made it. And we had a crazy journey and we got there.
Wow. And so how would you say your life has changed since then?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, to go from losing Miss USA and having been sexually harassed at Miss USA by the owner, the then owner, and passing on my crown, wondering what's next. Like, how do I recover from this? Where do I go from here? It was just a really unique opportunity to, I call Big Brother like a sabbatical from the real world. I just got to, after passing my crown, I didn't have to immediately go into the real world. I got to do this crazy summertime thing.
Right.
And I'm having this crazy experience. I have no idea what the world is thinking about me. And I walk out to just like complete adoration and every door open. And I like, I love reality TV. What happened to me does not happen regularly. Like, you don't get a star of a season like that. You get a winner, but you don't get a standout in the way that I was.
Yep.
So it was just very disorienting because like I was not expecting to go on this TV show and be a star. There's literally, girl, in the handbook, this is my favorite thing. In the rule book, there's a question, a Q&A section. And one of the questions is, will I get fame and fortune from being on Big Brother? And the answer is like, you may have opportunities, but that's not what the show is about, and we wish you all the best. And I was like, exactly, period, dumbass. Who would think they're gonna get famous from Big Brother?
Meanwhile,
back in the house. So it's like, you know, it's crazy. I went to the Grammys. What? I've got flown to Greece. Oh my God, it was so fun. I'm like not an award show girly, you know?
Okay.
I'll like tune in for the red carpet, but I never watch the award shows because I think they're stuffy and boring.
Okay.
When we went to the Grammys, it was just like a giant concert.
Yeah.
They did a little hip hop tribute because it was the 50-year anniversary coming up of hip hop. They had them girls singing FNF. I was up there getting ratchet. I was like, I'm F. My boyfriend was sitting next to me. I was like, SINGL. He said, if you don't sit down.
Very is. That would be me.
Yeah, yeah. But like, again, just these crazy opportunities to travel everywhere and influence and inspire. It's been so much more than I ever could have imagined. And now I get to pursue entertainment news and hosting. And there are so many TV shows that have been knocking on my door that I'm like, okay,
knock the door down.
We'll see. We'll see. I want to be choosy about what shows I end up on. But it's been just like the coolest transformative experience. And I'm just excited to keep growing and elevating and not just climbing this rope and leaving it frayed for everyone behind me, but I want to like build and weave a larger, not just a basket, but like a whole net that the rest of us can climb up on and land safely in and pull each other up in, because that's what it's really all about.
Oh, child. I literally tell people that all the time. I'm like, all I really want to do is get to that place where I'm on the sturdy part of the mountain, and on the side of the mountain, and then I could just whoop. There's the bin. Let's come on now.
Come on. Oh yeah, let's go.
You know, like, because that's how you create community, and that's how you create change. That's how you make actual reform stick.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so that's why I'm really upset about the city girls fighting right now, because I'm like, girls, please,
summer's around the corner, please. We can't do this right now.
We got too much chaos. We need somebody to stay friends and steady for the rest of us. Please.
No, because Cat Williams really set the whole year off on some chaos. And it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped since. I need Mercury's in retrograde. We got the eclipse happening. I need all y'all
Aries
to slow down. Aries season. We all trying to fight. We all trying to cry.
It's the war zone. I'm
about to stay inside. Oh, I saw they made up too.
Oh,
so they're fighting. They were fighting, then they made up. But girl, give it 24 hours. I don't know. I'm scared.
Giving me the I can't even see that. I'm looking at the eclipse straight at this point.
Save yourself.
Like, wow. Oh, someone said that's how they felt watching you and your friend on the show. I'm screaming. I mean, I get it.
It's ebbs and flows. It's ebbs and flows. It is what it is.
Give us a beat. We were on Twitter eating the girls up. All right.
Y'all are silly. Okay, I wanna forecast a little bit.
Okay, tell me.
I see you. You know, on a little more serious note, I do see a little preview into next week's episode for you. We get into your hair journey. We hear a little bit more about your, I don't want to say struggle, but maybe your journey with a little alopecia.
Yeah. Journey is fair.
Yeah.
You know, when I went into this summer, I was in a really weird headspace. I had just finished Winter House like a couple months before. Then our Summer House aired, and then all the stuff was happening with, you know, the cast, and my hair was falling out really bad. I was feeling a lot of physical changes in my body, and I was coming down from doing all these activities that was new to me. And so when we went in this summer, I was really depressed. And that's why I think a lot of people are like, I feel like we haven't seen you, because I really was like tapped out a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then it was really coming in. And so I'm learning how to use these wigs. Yeah. I don't have my hairstylist there to help me with the install. So I'm going through all of this while all the other chaos is going on. But to me, it was very important to be open about where I was at, because that's the one thing I said about this experience, was I was always going to keep it 1,000% honest and me, because I always stand on business, whether you like it or not. I'm always going to do that.
Work.
And so, yeah, I do talk about it next week, even though I didn't want to, and you'll see how it was brought up.
Oh.
Looking at you.
Tell me a man didn't bring it up.
Of course they did. Of course they did. Funny is a lot of, and I see it in these comments too, is a lot of people from season 1 were like, you villainize the men. I'm like, I don't villainize the men. I call them out on their shit.
Hello.
Now, whether or not you all see all the shit, Bill wasn't the other one causing dumps everywhere, okay?
Oh.
Let's put it that way.
The dog?
Well, the dog too.
Okay.
But I meant everybody else flushed the toilet. But they can be messy too. They can be messy too. And I don't like to be treated like property. And so after a couple times, y'all are gonna get the smoke. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But it's easier to make it a woman's thing. Oh, you trying to do, and it's like, no, I just want them to want the same standards that they want for respect for themselves as they're dishing out. And when there's a discrepancy, you're going to hear about it, period. So yeah, you'll see that in next week.
I'm excited.
Yeah. But I mean, Alex and I are in a much better place. I will say that.
Good. But good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad. I can't wait to see it.
No,
we do need. I'm interested in seeing what ends up happening with the cast. And I don't say this to be shady, but I just think that everybody watching the show right now is looking for more single men. We want to see the girls interact in different ways on the show. And it's not to be shady about any of the guys and their girlfriends. I'm sure their girlfriends are lovely and amazing women, but we're filming a TV show. And so I think you can have a healthy mix of men that are in relationships that are respectful to their girlfriends and their partners, and also single men who the women can interact with in a more sexual manner freely. So I don't know if I'll ask you specifically, who from other shows would you want to see on Summer House? Yeah, I'll ask you that specifically. Who would you want to see? And don't worry about like the contracts or they couldn't do it because they're on this network, whatever. Say whatever guys you'd want to see on the show.
Ooh. Guys
and girls. Why not?
You know, I love Cam from The Challenge. I mean, she has a full family. She was like in her like single girl prime. My God, like she was eating it up. I love her. I would have loved to have her on. I think you would be great.
Oh.
God.
Would you do the challenge?
Well, I think you'd be good on the challenge, and I think you'd be good on Summer House.
No, would you do the challenge?
Child, no. I don't have stamina.
It's the long distance running, you know.
It's that for me. Swimming, I would eat. I grew up swimming, like that I would do. I'm definitely a mermaid in a past life. But all that, the old challenge, like the OG, I could have done. It's gotten way more athletic and like
entirely too athletic. Why do I have to jump through a hoops on fire off a trampoline 155 million feet in the air? We used to be doing, y'all used to have people humping on some butter and ice.
Okay.
What happened to that?
What happened to that?
Yeah.
Put me
Where was the fun? Where happened to fun?
Zip lining and shit, winning cars and stuff. Like, I want a Jeep.
I don't want this high octane shit. And look, I love that the really strong, muscular girls, I love that they have a place to go and do all that stuff. It's great. But I don't, for this to be one of the few shows, I'm gonna circle back to that first question I asked you. Okay. But for that show to be one of the few shows that pulls people from all these other reality shows to compete, I don't think that it should only be for the girls that are super muscular and super competitive. For it to be a good reality show, you gotta have a skinny bitch that can't run a mile. She should have a shot too.
Night. Okay,
Hello.
loaded baked potatoes at that.
Give
Okay, like
me
where's the
sour cream.
brunch girlies? Where's
Right. You can't leave the brunch girlies off the show. Come
that
on.
part? That's the competition I would win. Give me like who can eat the most potatoes. I got you.
Yes. Yes.
We are
Yes,
so
absolutely. I think we should start a movement. Hashtag make the challenge
right.
fun again. y'all doing too much of this athletic shit. Calm down.
Right. Like for
She said they
God's
be on X Games mode. Right.
time, let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to the roots of it all, please.
Please. Please and thank you.
Yes. Oh no,
Okay,
but
so
Alex is lovely. We're not hating on Alex, and he is free to do what he needs to do. But I was just saying we have our own struggles. That part.
okay, all right. So back to who you want on the show. You said Cam.
Cam. I'm trying. Who is guys? Like where? What guys?
I'm trying to think of black guys on the show. Okay, you got Corey. You got gay Corey, and you got the light skinned Corey. So you got either of them. Okay. Leroy.
Love me some Leroy.
Right.
Love me some Leroy.
You got Kylan. Hello.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
He'd give you a good time in the house. I know that for sure. He will give you some TV. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Like I feel like we are missing that like hilarious like Joker energy.
Yeah.
That's what
I feel like this is a problem we're having, not just because, not you specifically for the challenge, but just like black men in reality TV, period.
Right.
We are struggling to find names of men that we'd want to bring into Summer House Martha's Vineyard because where they at?
Where are they at? I mean, this is a call to them.
Yeah. It's call to action.
This is a call to the single black men that don't mind being on reality TV.
It's a good time.
Yeah. So this is us putting that into the universe.
Bat signal. All the way out there.
Yes, Preston can't carry that alone.
Hello?
Talking about men that that the girlies could flirt with. I mean, obviously that's the husband, but yeah. That's
fair. Damn, that's actually kind of sad now that I'm thinking about it. Like, why are we struggling? Like, it's sad. I shouldn't have to be only thinking. I don't watch anything on Zeus Network, but like,
I mean,
is there, like, is that where we got to pull from? There's got to be more places.
Oof. You know what? I just thought. I don't know if we should pull from there, but that's where Phil should go. I actually think that would be perfect for him. Yeah. I think we got from a whole other untouched land. Yeah.
You got Joe Schmoes, basically.
Yeah.
Joe Schmoes and failed athletes.
Right. That part. Not failed athletes. Or formerly successful, just like retired.
Okay. Retired in their... Listen, if you're retired in your 20s and 30s, you do something real right. So, yeah, you can come. You can get the invite.
That part. We'll see. Maybe we've manifested it.
I believe so. Guys, you guys keep saying Xavier. Xavier is fully engaged. We're trying to find single black men to bring in.
Yeah. But let us know if y'all think of anybody.
Producers at that point, shit.
Right.
Don't tell us, tell the producer.
That part. I'll send them the thing. Because Cassie's right now, y'all. If anybody's interested, it's Cassie's right now. They just did a post about it. So please.
Say more. Wait. So they're casting new people for Summer House, Martha's Vineyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want to get you in mess. But when I hear that, I think that means that some reshuffling will be happening, as in some will be out and some new blood will be in.
I think potentially, or maybe just not everybody will be there at the same time. I don't know. But I think they definitely want to add single men for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely be on the lookout, y'all.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better. It's not sounding like a bloodbath. Usually when you hear, and now we're casting new things, it's like, oh my God, everything's
No.
done and coming back.
Like, you know, like normal summer vacations, not everybody can come that year, you know,
Gotcha.
or someone else is invited, somebody else's friend, you know, things like that.
Okay. No panic mode, people. No need to panic. I was panicking. I was like, where are my people going? Save them.
I think it's just more of like, okay, where we're at. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah.
We good. Amazing.
So
oh my God, you're literally the best. Thank you so much for having me do this for your first live.
Yes, this was really a good time. We got to do another one at the end of the season so we can see what you think about how everything rounded up.
I'm watching every episode. If y'all don't get a reunion, I'm going to rent a studio and host it myself, okay?
We're not accepting. There's too much going on that needs to be out. We got to have that group therapy moment.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
How many months? So let's say this ends in, what, like a month and a half from now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a long time.
We just started. It's only just begun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strap up, y'all. Y'all hear that?
Yep.
Strap up, baby.
And buckle up, too.
Woo! Woo-wee! I'm all excited and shit.
It's going to be really good.
Amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to let you get on out of here. You are a doll. I hope that you take all of the rest of the season in stride. Any negative comments, hate comments, just remember, criticism is one thing, but outright hate is another. Take what resonates, leave what does not. And these people do not actually know who you are. Right. Okay? There's a lot of conversations that are going to happen about you without you. Absolutely. So keep your head up, baby, okay?
Thank you, Queen.
Love you. I can't wait to see you flourish, baby.
Likewise. I can't wait to see what show you end up on.
I'm going to see you on Traitors together, okay?
See you there.
Bye, boo. See you later. Good night.